Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another video in the Tanks Console Kpz on Tundra. Now, usually I upload my videos in chronological order from my earliest replay to latest one. I'm not going to do that. I've decided that for the sake of you guys, instead of doing a chronological order, because that'll be a lot of 50T replays, I'm just going to do a couple 50T replays, and then I'll throw in some other tank replay in there just to mix things up for you, because I don't want you getting too bored. So, the chronological order thing was more just my OCD anyway. It doesn't actually really do or mean anything, so it's not too big a deal if I don't do my replays in chronological order. And this is actually the very next game from the Sand River one. And as you can see, it's me and Tony in the same thing. Tanks Console 50T for me, T30 for him. And I'm going to go hell, as I pretty much always do. This is going to be quite an interesting game, because we're going to go hill and the enemy team isn't. And it's going to turn out... well, it's going to end how you'd expect, but like it's actually a much closer game than you'd think. Thankfully, other teammates are coming over here. As I start climbing up here, I'm going to see something very strange, which is an enemy capping the base. So I open the map because I'm quite confused, and their Sheridan has just... I don't even know what he's done, I don't know how to explain it, apart from suicide. I don't need to worry about him, because we have a lot of tanks at base. As he kills himself, I'm just going to not bother about him and set up a little ambush shot in the camp panzer. Comes round, I get the tracking shot, and I get out the way. Now, I was about to try and reverse side scrape the Tanks Console 50T on this rock, and then I'm looking at the rock and thinking to myself, that rock doesn't look substantial enough to save me from an artillery shell, so I quickly decide not to do it. Now that he's backed up, I move to the next rock, and I am fairly confident that I'll be safe from artillery here. Tier 10 STRV, I snap the shot in, don't pan, and the reason I rushed the shot there is because in siege mode I know his aiming time is far superior to mine. And he's in a really good position. The only way I can pan him here is to either snipe his cupola, or try and like use a heat shell and hope it can go through his angling. And you'll see I actually do load a heat shell there after I miss his cupola. Now I do back up a little bit, and as I get back to position, I'm going to side scrape, try and bait the shot into my side armour. And as he disappears from sight, I'm about to go out, and the STRV is going to reverse back in the cover. Now, they're medium tanks, and why I like playing them, even though I'm a heavy tank driver, having that mobility is very important. And you'll see during this game, I open the map a lot, and this whole game is going to be about knowledge of tanks and what caliber guns they have for my side scraping, and map awareness. So, once I've seen I've got no one else to shoot at here, I'm going to go back to base, because I saw them all in the 1-2 line, and in the central map, heading to our cap circle. Tony's climbing up the hill. He's going to provide the supporting fire. And I'm going to use my mobility to relocate, which is what you're supposed to do in medium tanks. It's the whole benefit of them. You're not as fast as the light tank, but you've got decent enough mobility to relocate, and you tend to have much more competitive guns than light tanks. So coming back, there is an artillery in place, so I do have to be wary of where I sit here, if I can help it. But what's going to happen is, their artillery nukes our Leopard 1, and now I'm going to use this rock in front of me to side scrape all these enemies, because looking at it, ML2, 120mm gun, cannot overmatch. Now, I thought I had the drive wheel shot there, and he's angled it such a way to where I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at. I thought it was a drive wheel, but I think I might just be aiming at his upper hull. Saw the ML2 bounced off me, and even though I can't shoot him, the Axe 10 is going to drive out into a really shit position. I'm going to get a nice shot into him, and that actually retracts him. So when I go to finish him off, our team is going to end them, and I actually get some tracking assistance for it. So now that I finish off them, you don't really want to rely on your team, but I'm looking now and thinking, our team can handle this, I'm going to go back to the hill. Because there's a machine down there that Tony spotted, and there's 2 TDs, and what I don't want is for them to win the hill. So now, I went from the hill, I relocated back to base, and now I'm going to relocate back to the hill again. I'm trying to take my tank to where it's needed most. See, I'm popping up, waiting for the machine. He crosses over. Unfortunately, with that thing's interclip reload, I'm not going to be able to save Tony. However, I may not be able to save him. I can avenge him. Nice easy shot into the side. And I do bounce the machine's return shot, which means actually I do still have full hit points. Now, again, Two tanks here, Tortoise don't want to shoot at me. What do I think in my head? He can't overmatch me, so straight away, side scrape position. Bait the shot, and then go out and aim for one of the many weak points on the Tortoise. Unfortunately, because of the DPM of the Tortoise, because of how much time I had to spend aiming, he actually does get a shot to me. That was just me being unfortunate. Any other tank that isn't a Tortoise, and I probably would have been able to get away with that. On the plus side, he does have high DPM, but he has low alpha, considering he's a TD, so I don't mind taking 400 hit points loss, considering I was on full hit points. Now, I don't quite want to go back around that corner. They still have an artillery. I spot the Skoda behind me, and I want you to look back at that clip. Look at the minimap, look at when the Skoda appeared on the minimap, and see how long it took me to respond and turn to him. Now, I'm also prone to not being map aware, but in this game, I was pretty pleased with it because I responded, I think, pretty quick to that Skoda from when he first showed up on my map, considering I was looking at the Taurus. And now you're going to see one of the most disgusting looking, terrible engagements I've ever shown on YouTube. Now I went to go shoot him in the weak point when he hit my tracks, but I backed up because I saw the artillery, even though the artillery was in a spot I couldn't shoot him. I try to track the Taurus, and I miss. The Taurus has got one shot into me. He misses, I'm going to go for the tracking shot, but I don't have gun depression. So I now have to back up in front of him again, track. Taurus hits me again. However, now I do have him perma-tracked and he doesn't have a turret, but I took so much damage there for no reason as I shoot the drive wheel and don't pan him. Because again, terrible shot by me. That was just a really bad engagement by me. However, I saved my hit points, and as such, I was able to get away with it. And that's why you save hit points. It gives you the breathing room at the end, so that even if you do fuck up, you've still got a fighting chance. And that's really what allowed me to play like such a fucking tit at the end of the game here. But this game, just a relatively average game. I think I played it quite well, apart from that end bit. I relocated as need be, I used my mobility, and I was pretty map aware for the most part. And that's what this game's about. Map awareness is the main thing I want you to take away from this. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.